guys, it's Bianca. Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, I'm a model and an entrepreneur, and I love creating videos and just sharing my advice on how to help women and girls feel confident and comfortable in their own skin. If you clicked on this video, which I'm so happy you did, thank you so much, you obviously want to learn some new tips on how to pose in front of a camera. This will apply if you are an up-and-coming model, even if you are an established model. This will also apply if you are someone who has an Instagram account and you just want to look good on your Instagram. By the end of this video, you're going to be way more confident, way more comfortable, less camera shy, and just ready to enjoy yourself in front of the camera and not get anxiety and feel weird about it. So if you want to find out how that's going to happen, just keep watching. So before we even get into the meat of this video, which I'm so excited about, guys, it's going to be super cool, there's a checklist that I need you guys to follow. This is what I do, and it helps me just so that I kind of know what direction I'm going in. You want to make sure that you prepare. That is my biggest tip, is to prepare. So this checklist is going to help you do that. First thing, get references. So you're not necessarily going to be copying what someone else is doing, but you need a reference in order to know what direction you're going in for the shot. Know your angles. Practice some poses in front of a mirror. You'll start to see what looks good, what looks weird, and then through muscle memory, and I promise you it will kick in, when someone brings out a camera, you'll remember what those poses feel like. Movement. This has to be the biggest and most important tip. If I'm photographing someone, the main thing I try to tell them to picture is the ocean. Okay, I know that maybe sounds weird to you guys, but it will make sense later on. You can take like 50 pictures and maybe only 3 will be good, but you'll have more to choose from. If you don't move around that much, and I'll show you what I mean by movement shortly, you will be stuck and it will be difficult to find a nice picture and you'll feel defeated and unmotivated. We've all been there. Next tip, have a prop. Okay. Literally everything is a prop. For me, whenever I'm shooting, I can use my hair as a prop, I can use my necklace as a prop, I can use my ring as a prop, I can use my jacket that I'm wearing as a prop, I can use my earrings as a prop, sunglasses. Have a prop. It will help you to not feel so awkward. Put music on. This one is like everything for me. Music just sets the tone, it sets the vibe, it sets the mood, it makes you feel good, there's no awkward silences, it just makes you feel amazing. So put together a playlist of your favorite songs and you can play that whenever you're about to create some content, do a shoot, even if it's something chilled like in a restaurant. Okay, this is another very important one, confidence. Sometimes you're just not having like a good day, like you're not having a good body image day. You know, you need to make sure that you own your body, you own how you look, you own your features, and that's ultimately how you're going to become confident. So it's something that happens over time, it doesn't happen overnight, and you need to just remind yourself of those things. So if you are taking pictures that day, tell yourself that you're beautiful. Don't rip yourself to shreds. And lastly, guys, have fun. Oh my gosh, it's just pictures. It's just Instagram, it's just a photo shoot. It's not that big of a deal. Have fun. And that's something I've had to learn over time. I am a perfectionist. What happened is I stopped having fun and it became more stressful, and it used to give me a lot of anxiety, and I stopped actually enjoying it. You know, I stopped enjoying creating content because I was so serious about this thing and the image needs to look perfect and I need to look like this, and no, throw that all out the window. Just have fun. So now that the checklist is done, we can go into the serious business, the fun part, the part you've all been waiting for. So I'm going to put a screen up so that you guys can sort of see what I'm doing. And I just want to help you visually understand the words that I'm saying. So the first thing is that when you're taking full body images, full length images, you want to make sure that your camera angle is slightly lower. What this is going to do is help you look taller, leaner, longer. It's just more flattering. I'm 5'6", so you know, I'm not the tallest person out there. What you want to do is make sure that you're walking back and forth. You want to take a few steps forward, a few steps back, looking into camera, looking away from camera. You want to keep doing this repeatedly, over and over and over. So remember, from what I said in the checklist, one of the key points, the most important point actually in my opinion, is movement. You always want to keep moving. You need to have as much variety and option as possible. And you'll get this by moving all the time. So walking back and forth, walking side to side, walking towards the camera, walking away from camera. Next thing you want to do is create a shape. So what I mean by this is you need to use your body in order to create shapes. You can push out your hip, you can put your hand on your hip, you can put your hand in your back pocket, in your front pocket. You kind of need to try out different things until you find the one that works. I say create shapes because it just makes an image look more interesting as opposed to you just standing there. Like, in my opinion, that's quite boring. No one's really going to be into that. So you want to create shapes. Now, the last thing you want to do to add on to all of this is try different moves. So you want to remember you're going to have a reference, which is what I spoke about in the checklist. Now, what I usually do is try different moods. I'll try like super happy and elated and like a really big smile, or I'll kind of be a little bit more serious and into camera, or I'll kind of do like a pondering pose, like I'm really deep in thought. Just play around with different moods because you'll be able to find what works best for you. So the next little section is going to be sitting shots. Now, what you want to do is find the most comfortable position for you. So what helps me is when I put my one leg down, my one leg is up and a little bit forward into camera. I like to lean back sometimes, so if there's a wall or a bench or a couch where you can rest your arms back, I'll always make sure that I try and look as effortless as possible. You don't want it to look like you're trying too hard while you're sitting down. You want it to look like this is what you do every day. You want to bring your hands into the picture now. Okay, so what you want to do is maybe put your hands on your knees. You can rest your hands on your head. You can cross your arms over your legs. Just try different things that involve your hands as well so that they're also part of the image. Now the last thing in this position, you can put this all together, and finally you can also add in head tilts and also different facial expressions and moods like the previous one. So you can tilt your head to the right, to the left, you can tilt it down, look up into camera, you can tilt it back. So another thing is to make sure that whoever's taking your pictures is continuously shooting and not waiting for you to get into one position. Last one is portrait shots. So what you want to do first of all is pick your good side. We all have a good side, and if you have two good sides, even better for you. I know that my good side is on my left, so whenever I'm taking a picture, my head is always sort of angled towards camera, but on my left side. And this is just my strongest side. This side, very rarely will I pose this way. And the way that you guys will be able to see if you maybe follow me on Instagram is my scar is on this side. Oh my god, is my scar on my left or on my right? Guys, wait, I gotta check this because I think it is. Next thing you want to do is make sure that you tilt your chin up and down. You want to use different motions, different movements, and this is how you'll be able to figure out your good side. Next thing in the portrait section is looking into camera and looking away from camera. You don't always want to be looking dead straight on into camera. You can also look away from the camera, you can look down, you can look up. I feel like you guys are getting the gist of this. You always want to do more so that you can get more, so that you're happy at the end of the day. You can start to bring your hands in, you can take your fingers across your chin, you can take it in your hair. just bring your hands in to create movement once again, and just more options, variety, so that it looks fun, so that it's interesting for people to look at. What you want to make sure now is that because this is a portrait, it's very close up, you want to make sure that you have a prop. Especially if you're new to this and you're trying to get comfortable, props save the day. And my best prop for a portrait shot is a pair of sunglasses. You can't go wrong with that. You can also use jewelry as a prop, you can also use a phone as a prop, whatever will make the image look good, whatever makes sense with what you're trying to create, use it as a prop. So guys, that's it from me today. If you like this video, please won't you give it a like and let me know in the comments what you thought about it, what you loved the most about it, and also what other type of videos you'd like to see from me. If you haven't already, please subscribe and click on the notification bell so that you can make sure that every time I upload a video, it comes directly to you in your notification. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook. I'll link up the username so that you guys can follow. I'd love to continue this conversation there as well. Let me know what you guys want to see, what you guys enjoyed about this video. I'm going to be creating a lot more videos like this, so stay tuned. I'll see you in the next video.